Hi guys, welcome back to the Boing Bookshelf. I finally finished The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Good lord. Look how pretty this cover is. Look how gorgeous. It's like one of my favorite characters. And one of my favorite covers out of this series. It's so pretty. So, finally finished it. It took me a little bit longer than I wanted to because I had to keep adulting, and God, I really, there's a few times where it's like I really just wanted to put everything on hold just so I can sit down and read. The last 2 days I did read, I locked myself in my bedroom and read for hours. But I freaking loved it. So this picks up shortly after the third book ends. There will be some spoilers mentioned, mainly because the big spoiler has already been spoiled, and that's kind of what pissed everybody off. But guys, I loved it. I can't say enough good things about this book. It's one of my favorite books in this series. I loved how Poppy and Kieran were able to bond a little more. They shared, they bonded over their shared trauma over Cass being captured, and what all that entailed. Kieran made sure that Poppy was safe and was able to go through their plans on what they wanted or needed to do as far as working towards, dethroning the Blood Crown. There are two points of views in this book this time, so we get to follow Poppy and Cass. So I really did enjoy Cass's perspectives on everything. I love seeing Poppy through his eyes, because we knew how Poppy felt about Cass and how she thought Cass felt about her, but actually hearing it in Cass's words and seeing her through his eyes was really, really freaking awesome, and I loved it. It's so endearing. There is a lot of tension and build-up, so this book is like a build-up for the next one. So like I said, the little spoiler turned out to be a big spoiler. But it's been all over the internet and on Goodreads and just everywhere, and it's one thing that pissed people off, and that's because JLA did write the joining. I have never been in all the Facebook groups that I'm in for JLA, I've never been team joining, but I have never been team no joining. So, I didn't quite realize I wanted the joining and I liked the joining until I was in it. But I'm so happy that the way that she did it. She did it really, really good. She didn't do it super graphic or anything like that. I thought it fit the characters very, very well. This was something that they all wanted. So I don't understand all the hate. I mean, I really, really don't. And it's so heartening and disgusting. The people who want to trash all over it just because of this one scene. I don't see anything wrong with it. I really enjoyed reading it. It was good. It was so good, and it fit with the characters, and it was needed. So if you haven't read it yet, just know that it is in there. But don't listen to all the bad reviews on it. On this book. It was really, really one of my favorite books out of the series. But things are coming together. There are so many different strings, and there's a ton of strings even before this book and even before A Shadow in the Ember. And they're all connecting now, and there's new strings being formed after A Shadow in the Ember came out, and they're connecting with this, and oh my gosh, just it's all building up And oh geez, I cannot wait to see where this is going, because even in when I read the first book, I couldn't have imagined just how big this world and the characters were and how this plot was going to go. This started out like, tennis ball or baseball size, and it's now like a goddamn beach ball size world. It's so big. And it's more than just, like, everything that's happening is more than just Poppy and Cass and Kieran and the whole crew and the gods and the realms. It's so freaking big. And I love that. Oh my god, the complexity. Like, I was telling Woody that, like, I need to, like, have a special journal for this series alone, so I can write down names and character descriptions and who is what to where and when, and all the theories or the prophecies that have been talked about, and just everything to try and keep notes on it, because it's that freaking big. The ending, oh my god, guys, the ending. That was hard. That was so gut-wrenching and anger-inducing at this. Oh, it was everything. All the freaking feels were in the end of the book. It was so bad. I remember one point that, because I finished it like 1:30 in the morning, and like, I remember just like screaming, I knew it, I freaking knew it! Like when this big reveal happened, and then when just things started like rapidly happening, I was like left in total shock. My heart was like ripped out and tossed around on the floor for a little bit. Just, gosh. The ending was so satisfying though. The events that kind of took place or did take place were honestly really satisfying. As for the overall ending, like, it ended well. It's not really a cliffhanger. It's a precursor. This is the calm before the storm. Like, not even joking. The next book's going to be brutal. I can already freaking tell you it's going to be so brutal and so heart-wrenching and phenomenal and shocking and, oh gosh, everything. It's going to be great. But I can't rate this book high enough. It was, this was a 5 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved Poppy and Kieran's moments together. I really did. And I don't think that diminished Poppy's love for Cass. I really don't. Because even in the original, even in the first 3 books, we've already been told Cass and Kieran share a different love that's not brotherly and it's not friends, but it's not, I guess, lovers or whatnot. It's something more and something deeper. And Poppy got to kind of feel that with Kieran a little bit, and then they all 3 got to experience that type of love together. And like, I really don't think that like it diminished her love and her feelings for Cass. I feel like they made room to love Kieran even more. And it was very sweet. I actually wanted more Poppy and Kieran moments. We did get a lot of Poppy Cass moments, so those were a bit spicy. The spice level in this book is totally high. Like, in my opinion, because typically the spice levels in most of my books are 3 or 4. I would say this was a 5. I mean, I could be wrong. I totally could be wrong, but in my opinion, it was like a little 5 spice, and I was totally fine with that, and it was fun. But I think JLA did such an amazing job with this world, how it's going so far, the characters. I love the arcs for Poppy and Kieran, Poppy especially, she's grown so much since the first book. And she's finding herself, and man, she is one total badass bitch. She's so freaking cool. And I like, oh my god, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to see what happens else. So after the book, I did go through Goodreads and Kindle and TikTok, and I did read and listen to some of the reviews, and it was devastating, the amount of nastiness that was out there. And yeah, I don't see a point to it. You can state your opinion, it's totally fine. And like I've said before, and I said in previous videos before, not everybody's going to like every book. And not every book is for everybody. But that doesn't mean you have to be nasty and mean and hateful and hurtful. You can state your opinion without doing any of that, without threatening the author or fans, and without belittling and bullying fans too. So that's all I want to say about the bad reviews. But because I don't want to draw too much more light into it, it's already had its 15 minutes fame. It needs to stop. But just know this series is so good. This book was so good, and it has all the feels. It does. All of them. So if you haven't checked it out yet, or you're still leery on it, just know, yes, the joining is in there. It wasn't what people are saying it is. It's not destroying the characters. It is very true to the characters. And this stuff has been foreshadowed since the second, when the joining was mentioned in the second book, but even before, there was a little tension between Poppy and Kieran in the first book. And Cass and Poppy even talked about her curiosity with, exploring more of her, what's the word I'm looking for? Experiences. So there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely 100% nothing wrong with that. So yeah, just don't let what everyone else is saying discourage you from reading this book or even picking up the series. It's freaking phenomenal. You won't be disappointed, but it is heavy in info, so you gotta pay attention, and there is a very specific reading order. So, but with that in mind, I only have one arm due to the cat, but that was The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The best book so far in this series, in this world, and I can't wait to see what else comes. So, yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed it as much as I did, and if you didn't, that's fine too. There's tons of other books out there you can enjoy that someone else may not, but anyways, I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you don't give up on this series. It's totally worth the investment in your time, and your money, and in your imagination, and on your bookshelf. So, but that was my take on The War of Two Queens. I mean, as you tell, I'm still smiling over it because it was so good. I actually can't wait to go back through and do a reread. But yes, so yeah, that's kind of it. I'm kind of a loss for words because it was so good. But anyways, thank y'all for coming back. Thank you for going blah blah blah. Thank you for being back for my first true review. Back at it. And you know the drill: like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good junk. And I'll catch y'all next time when I finish the next book. So thank y'all, and I'll see you later. Bye.